Hi, I'm IdolGarden, and Raven's Drop is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Okay, so for those that do not know, and for those that are following at home, the first game that we did with the United States group is they had to go do a windmill mission. There is an abandoned windmill in Old Town. All right, they're doing the Old Town revitalization project. They went there with their farming friends to potentially build it up. When they got there, they found it was infested with some kind of ambulatory, almost sentient plant-like growths. As they started fighting their way up and down the mill, there was a lot of commotion. They fought a giant plant monster. They realized it was like a hive mind of plants. There was a lot of jumping, a lot of falling, a lot of breaking of levels of floors. And then someone threw basically the equivalent of a Molotov cocktail. And then after everything, the big monster was caught on fire, started flailing around inside the old mill, and it immediately went up like a tinderbox. So they kind of did the mission successfully by clearing it out, but kind of breaking it. They convinced the builders that were there to give them the pass because they had gotten jumped by a rival gang of adventurers while the mill was burning. As then they went home, they got some trying to get some healing done, and while they were trying to get some healing for their good friend Sevday, our protagonist for the day, Nerissa Seaheart, had a wild notion to try to steal from the healing tent. And they may have reached their hand very visibly, very conspicuously over a counter to try to steal some kind of potion. And the nurse that was at the table decided to break two of their fingers as like a, no, bad. And as they pulled their hand back, they realized these two fingers are like not sitting right and they're just like cradling their hand. Now the biggest issue is this is the tent where they would have gotten that healed. The problem is she stole that object because their friend was trying to get healed and had to wait in line because it's like a long line. And yeah, so now Nerissa has a broken hand and is potentially waiting days to get it fixed. And that's where we're gonna pick up. Nerissa, is there anything that I may have forgotten or have left out that you want to remind the people at home?
No, just that my hand is broken because I failed a skill check.
Yeah,
I think that was basically it. I don't think there was anything that was. Oh, I'm missing my main weapon because it burned in the fire. And I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. You lost your main weapon, which you use like you learned how to do in like ceremony to a fire because someone was a potentially better swordsman than you. All right, we are gonna pick up. Let me turn off the music that's on my Spotify.
Just to let you know, chat, we might not pay attention to a lot until like break time. Just to keep it straight, you know.
Yeah. We because I am talking a lot, and
this is also going up on VODs as well, and I just wanted to story.
Yeah.
All right. Break times is when we chat.
Yeah, we're gonna be chatting during the breaks. We're gonna be locked in for the remainder of the story, and the music should be playing.
Yeah, but I gotta capture it on.
All right, let me see if it is not playing through there. That's fine. I don't need to capture the music. I just want you to hear it. Okay, so the soft mud squelches beneath your feet as you trudge through the Old Town revitalization project. Your broken hand hangs awkwardly in a crude sling, every movement sending a sharp, throbbing ache up your arm. The air is thick with the stench of muck, dung, and horses, mixing with the faint salt tang drifting from the harbor. You pass the healing tent, grimacing as you remember the nurse's frustrated hand snapping the first two fingers of your left hand, her punishment for your petty thieving. Curious stares follow you from the laborers and commoners, faces etched with suspicion, pity, or thinly veiled amusement. Even the seagulls wheel overhead, their beady eyes tilting as if mocking your struggle. You are painfully aware, your status or not, you are alone, and you are very vulnerable here. What will you do, Nerissa Seaheart? You're just, your hand! Ah!
I think I just rather go to a better place that I don't have to wait.
Fortunately, to get to a better place, you'll have to find something in the city. This is the only healing tent in the Old Town Revitalization Project. That's why it's
then
it's got a long line.
I trek into the city.
Okay, so you're gonna walk
I'd rather
towards
go into the city.
Yeah, you're gonna walk towards the main gate where you were dropped off by the carriage that dropped you off with your uncle, the toad-like individual. And as you approach the main gate, you see another long line of refugees, farmers, merchants, mercenaries, adventurers trying to gain access into the city of Ravensdrop. Let me bring you there. Let us go there for a little bit. And we'll go there. We'll ask, can we stay? All right, put that down. Bring this over here. Bring you guys so you guys can see as well. Here we go. Bring this back up. Bring this back up. Okay, so now that we're outside of the tent town, we're in the overview of oh lord, oh lord, oh lord. There we go. Zoom out. All right. So Nerissa, everyone else is in Old Town across the bridge, and you are trying to cross the bridge into Raven's Drop. Boom. Okay. As you are trying to enter into Raven's Drop, you are stuck in another line. You can either choose to wait here behind commoners, peasants, or you can try to potentially work your way to the front. You are nobility. You aren't used to waiting in lines. You know what I mean?
I will work my way to the front.
Okay. You start to push past people and you get a bunch of dirty looks, and then finally a group of adventurers. They looked well armored. There is a group of 5 of them. They're all very tough, rugged individuals of different races, covered in armor head to toe. Others sporting various cloaks and daggers. One of them holds out a halberd, which is just a long sticked weapon with a wicked blade at the end, and it stops your progression forward and goes, "There's a line. You might want to wait in it."
No, I don't wait in lines, but thank you for the kind advice.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. 18. Okay. You take your fingers and just lift the tip of the halberd up, walk underneath of it, and he is just so kind of taken aback by your audacity to just touch his weapon. He's just like, "Oh, did you?" You see his buddies are kind of snickering and laughing at him. You make your way to the front some more, and finally a guard seems to see what you're doing. He breaks away from the procession. He stops his line and goes, "Hey, get to the back of the line. There's no cuts. No one's important as anybody else."
I am going to say, do you know who I am? My name's Nerissa Seaheart.
He's gonna do a check. That means nothing to me. Back of the line or else.
What if I gave you money to let me in?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. Hi, Cares. Thanks for the lurk. We love you, Cares. Ooh, an 8. Now go roll again for advantage because you can roll twice and take the higher. Oh, it just gets worse. Okay. He grabs your shoulder and pulls you over and goes, "Shh, shh. What are you doing? Trying to get us in trouble?" "God damn. Of course I'll take money to let you in. How much you got?" He's looking around. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay, with your 12. You see him, he's looking around. He starts to sweat, a cold sweat a little bit around his, helmet. He's he brings you over to the side. He goes, "How much money you got? What we talking? Cuddy currency? You got hard gold?" I take either. Credit, too. He, opens up a box and there's, receipts.
Well, I don't want him thinking that he can take all my gold. What about 5 gold? Would 5 gold do?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage again.
Okay.
Ooh, 17. All right, he goes, 5 gold would keep me in good. Yeah. All right, 5 gold.
All right, 5 gold.
You realize that you have 100 gold pieces in your pocket. You have 1 good hand and 1 hand that's missing the primary digit of your hand. I'm going to need you to give me a dexterity saving throw to see how well this goes about with you just handing him 5 gold pieces with 1 broken hand.
Okay.
AOOZ, thank you for gifting our girl IdolGarden advantage. Have it back.
Go.
Welcome back, LeBron. All right, so you got a 15. Okay, you are very used to like holding a lot of objects and potentially giving people money without any issue. Without using the first 2 fingers of your hand, you just count out 5 and hand it to him. The guard is going to do a perception check. He's going to try to look to see how much you got, but you're like, you give him the 5 gold. What's up, OOZ? Guys, you aren't following Z. You need to go do that right now. OMG, the game is still, I gotta turn it off. Go turn your game off, Cookie. So you give him the 5 gold. He goes, all right, let's go. And he like grabs you by the, like puts a hand on your shoulder and starts like guiding you through the sea of crowd. People are starting to give you dirty looks. There's a lot of noticing that you're getting special treatment. Yeah. But finally you make it past the main gate and you find yourself inside of Raven's Drop. Inside of Raven's Drop, it is... The first thing that greets you is the slums. The slums are a ramshackled collection of very haphazard wooden structures. I will not call them a home. I won't call them a shack. They are a structure. They are just meant to provide shelter to the people underneath of them. There's no doors. There's no windows. The only thing that protects you against the wind is like a hole and maybe a curtain. There are like children and people running around inside of these alleyways. There are people begging. There are people doing like odd jobs like outside of their homes, like hammering, making nails, making horseshoes, just anything they can to potentially earn money for their families. This area is deep in poverty, and you are very aware that you have 95 gold pieces in your pocket, which is probably more money than any of these people will see in their lives combined. As you walk through the streets, I want you to give me a perception check to see like just how on alert you guys are. Welcome back, Cookie. Okay, so you're very acutely aware of your fingers being in pain. You keep looking down at them and like trying to get like a position to hold them better so like they don't like jiggle around it, because every step with your like left foot is just like pain. And also you will not be able to cast spells with 1 hand essentially out of commission. Okay, so you can't cast spells, you can't heal yourself. You have to find someone to either set your fingers or heal you. You look around, you see no healing tents, no remedies, nothing like that could possibly be it. You also don't feel the presence of somebody that steps out of an alleyway. A shadow detaches itself from the alleyway. As you hear something, you hear, "And need healing, pretty thing?" You turn around, you see a female elven adventurer, eyes sharp and calculating, steps out of the shadows.
You don't seem like a healer to me.
Oh, we come in many forms. Doesn't mean I know the magics, but I may have something that does. And they pull out like a red vial of something, they start waving it around. She goes, that dress you're wearing. And she looks you up and down. As you remember, you're wearing like your summer spring dress in the freezing cold. Like you're not wearing like proper footwear. You're wearing sandals. You're wearing like a very flowy, almost see-through-esque sheen dress that's meant for like warm weather because you're from the coast. And while in the winter of Raven's Drop, you don't show any signs of being cold because you are from a deep sea nation. Like you're used to the cold temperatures. So this is actually kind of refreshing. She looks up and down. That'd look nice on me. How about a trade?
This dress is so not your color, but maybe I can trade you something else?
I need you to give me a persuasion check. And because OOZ has given you advantage to your next roll, you get to make this with advantage. Thank you, Z. Appreciate you. Guys, don't forget the D&D alerts are up. If you want someone named after you, don't forget to use the name an NPC creator after me. If you want to give Idol advantage or give her +2 to her next rolls, if you want to give me advantage to my next roll, that's all I'm saying. Persuasion of 18. When you mention that it's not her color, she goes, she doesn't really know how to like come back. She goes, you couldn't possibly have anything worth this anyway. She's gonna like grab like a bit of it and like feel it in her fingers, just kind of like feel out the D&D redeems are a cool idea. Yeah, Slugbert, do a name a PC. Name not this one, not yet though. You don't want to be this person.
How about I give you one favor?
And she looks you up and goes, a favor? You know what? And she like looks at you again and she like looks at your arms, looks at your hands, looks at this, and she goes, gutter trash like you doesn't typically wander around with this. Where did you steal this from? And she like tugs on it a little bit. Ooh, nice make. And you're like, stop grabbing my dress.
I have you know that my name travels very well, so you might want to take my favor.
She goes, whatever. And she goes, and she like takes her knife and like scrapes it against the dress to see if it will like tear or peel. It doesn't. She's like, oh, very nice quality. She's gonna like tug more and she goes, come on, it's just a dress. I'll even give you something to wear for the cold that you'll be able to like be warm in, and then I'll heal your fingers with this potion.
I don't need more clothes to keep me warm. I am warm. You're not having my dress.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage again.
Okay. Get out of the way, please.
Get out of the way, please. All right, we got one. There it is. Ooh, okay. Even with advantage, you like you're trying to convince her that you're warm enough, and you're trying, but she does not seem to be taking no for an answer. She goes, "Yeah, come on. Let me just see. I bet this fits great on me. I have a smaller waist than you. I'm in better shape anyway." And she starts like pushing you and grabbing your shoulders. Give me a strength check because now you guys are in like kind of like a grapple, a tussle, if you will.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. She is significantly stronger than you. She grabs your good hand wrist and like puts it against the wall, and then she's gonna grab your bad hand. Oh. And that's gonna send a shock of pain through you're gonna take 2 points of damage as she grabs your bad hand, your broken fingers, and pulls them back and goes, just give me the dress already. You're like, oh God. I need you to give me another strength check. You're trying to fight her away because she's going to try to take your clothing off of you right now.
Strip me bare naked.
She's going to strip you bare naked. 11. Again, much stronger than you, is an adventurer. She like the pulsing pain sends like shockwaves through your arm. Your leg kind of like involuntarily like drops out from underneath you. You drop to a knee as she's like standing over you. She starts like unbuckling a clasp at your like the top of your shirt as like a shoulder begins to fall down. Give me a perception check. Okay, before you can react, you hear the thundering of hooves shake the ground. A black silver carriage inlaid with silver dolphins along its polished sides rolls to a stop mere inches from you. A massive black horse snorts, their hooves stomping against the cobblestone. The driver leaps down with a swift and practiced motion, grabbing the elven adventurer and wrestling her towards the ground with surprising force. He takes the horse crap and starts whacking her over the side of the face as he's on top of her. Just whack, 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 whack. This large orcish looking man with like tufts of hair on his ears, big like tufts of hair like in bristles all down his back. He is heavy set, thick, and he's just pummeling this woman. Finally, the door opens and a tall, stern elf, young, peeks their head out of the carriage. His eyes sweep the scene with sharp concern and barely restrained exasperation. By the tides! Nerissa, look at you! That hand! How many barrels did you smash before realizing it was useless? You look at the elegant face, the dark hair, the blue eyes of Ronaldito. You remember him from your youth age. He has come to many Seaheart balls. His family is a large, like, coastal, wealthy, rich family of aristocrats. They get a lot of their money through fishing, and they own a bunch of crabbing vessels. You recognize him, and he was kind of a little shithead when you first met him as a child, but he has since grown, like a hail pearler, but now he's like grown out of that. He is like older than you by like a couple of years. Even by Elven standards and Triton standards, he would be like a couple of years older than you, but because of the parties that you guys went and surrounded yourselves with, he would have sat at the kiddie table with you guys. Like, you've met him, you've played with him, you fought with him, there's crying, blah, blah, blah. You recognize him. And then from the inside of the carriage, a lighter, teasing voice follows. It is his younger sister. Despite the tension, she goes, come on. You're walking around like a land-bred crab. Our carriage awaits. You will not wander these streets in this condition. Come on in. She's like peering out the side, her like blonde hair, blue eyes. She is like sipping on a tea. She looks concerned, and like she's just holding out her hand, as is her brother. You look back and see the elven woman still getting pummeled by their very large driver.
I get in. I don't hesitate.
Yeah, you're just like, fuck this. You grab Ronaldito's hand and you hop up on in this bad boy. Their hands steady as they lift you into the plush interior of the carriage. Let me take you to the inside of what the scene you guys are looking at. Boom. Boom. And then boom. Okay. That's what you guys see. That's what Idol sees. All right, we're back. Okay. The scent of polished leather and pine oils washes over you, a comforting contrast to the mud, sweat, and filth of the streets. For a moment, you forget the pain, the awkwardness, and the curious eyes of the crowd. The carriage jolts and sways as it barrels through the crowded streets of Old Town. The black horses snort and paw the cobblestones, their hooves clattering sharp, while the driver yells commands, urging them forward. Children dart in and out of the way, giggling or shrieking as merchants shout as pedestrians to clear the path. The smell of wet earth and smoke and spilled ale clings to the air. Demetria, the youngest of the youngest sister, leans toward you with a faint smirk on her face. These commoners are the ugliest ones I have seen all day. She's offering you a small vial filled with a pale, light blue liquid.
What is that you're offering?
Here, this will ease the pain.
Okay, I take it.
You take it. It's not heavy. It's not hard to open. It's just a little cork stopper. Are you like hesitant?
I'll drink it. Yeah.
Oh, you do. You smell it. The liquid smells faintly sweet and metallic.
Yeah, I'll drink it.
Yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw. You feel it it lightly burn at the edges of your tongue. One sip, and let's see what one sip, and your hand begins to dull, almost as if your body goes completely numb, but your head starts to swim, the world tilting lightly as your vision softens. Demetria goes, I love this for parties. It makes everything just feel wavy, and she takes the remainder of the vial and does it with you. You know Demetria as a party girl. This is probably some kind of recreational drug, potentially.
Did you just... Am I okay?
You're gonna be fine. She goes, oh, don't give it 5 minutes. You'll be fine. And she goes, you can hold my hand if you want. Oh, wait. And then she like swaps sides with you and goes, the good one.
I'm okay. I really just need it fixed, actually.
Oh, don't worry. Once we get home, we'll get oh God, look at that one. And she like looks out the window past you, and you see what looks like to be a family of humans that are emaciated. They have a very yellowish tinge to their skin, and they seem to be like carving something. There's like a block of like a yellow block. It almost looks like a bar of like yellow soap, but they're shaving it into like what looks like to be some kind of pipe and smoking it. Like they're passing it around to their kids. They're all doing it, and they're like, ugh, they've been doing that everywhere. I don't understand. And then you hear Ronaldito go, "You cannot look down at those who have yet to rise out of the mud, Demetria." He chides her sharply. His dark eyes flicker to the passing crowd, stern and unyielding. Pain is one thing, and it unites us all.
I mean, I guess I don't know how their problems and our problems are different, but sure.
The carriage swerves around a stack of barrels, brushing close to a vendor's cart, and the siblings' attention returns to you. Ronaldito goes, "Now," his voice low but firm, "you've got to tell us the whole story. How did you get here? And why do you look like a drowned rat? And what happened to your hand?"
You see, very, very funny story that probably is not funny. I got kicked out and tried to steal something, and the lady inside the tent did not like it. So, broken hand.
Demetria like puts her hand on your shoulder and goes, "Oh my goodness, there is no way you got kicked out." She like gleans over at Ronaldito, and he just goes, He just kind of like rubs his fingers. He goes, "Once we reach our winter home in the upper ring, I will ask mother to make sure father sees whoever did this to you, tarred, feathered, and baked for dinner." She laughs lightly at the promise, but it's probably serious. Her tone softens a heartbeat. "And Nerissa, the wedding of your sister. We know you were absent, and now we know why. Your parents said you were sick, but they were lying, weren't they?" Her eyes flick to you, curious, sharp, and waiting for truth.
I feel like whatever I tell you, you're going to go and gossip about it.
Me
But I
neither.
guess I might as well be honest. Then yes, it was a prank that I may have pulled that went too far and upset them.
And they kicked you out for that? Rolandito goes, "Pfft, parents can be very uptight. Father won't even let me harpoon fish outside the coasts anymore when it's too stormy." It's baloney, truly.
Yes, because we all have problems of harpooning.
Don't you? Your family
Sure.
is not avid fishers? Don't you own the stone hot castles in the middle of the ocean surrounded by volcanic ring that once collapsed?
Yes, but we don't harpoon our fish.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Okay. You say it so easily as if it's something to be looked down upon, and he just kind of looks at you, and you know that he is a renowned harpoon fisher. You could see his ego kind of like get chipped. He's like, "Huh. I would be interested to see your fishing techniques, Nerissa."
Um, maybe when I get back home and I'm accepted back into the palace, I'll teach you.
The carriage rattles over another cobblestone, tossing you lightly into the plush cushions. Your hand aches faintly beneath the narcotic haze, and the city outside seems to blur at your edges. You bump against the sister, who bumps you back playfully. You don't feel don't feel any pain in your hand anymore. Your vision is a little blurry. Your body has like a full elevated kind of feeling to it. You feel like you're almost floating in the carriage as it bumps over different cobblestones. You look outside. Give me a perception check with disadvantage. Okay, with your perception check of 22, a natural 20, even underneath the party drugs effects, you are still whip sharp. Your eyes are still just as good as they are outside of water as they are in. And you were used to having maybe like a fogged vision. You look outside and see the poverty that you guys are rolling over. The streets are barely put together. People are just like laying in the streets, having nowhere else to go. So the carriage ride is like whacking them out of the way. And a lot of people who don't get out of the way just get run over. One of the bumps that you guys has hit is definitely someone's leg that did not get out of the way, and it is mangled, broken in several places, and no one seems to care. No one seems to stop. The driver does not stop, and they continue to ride through. Finally, after what seems to be a couple of minutes, the carriage slows to a halt before the coastal elves' mansion, an imposing structure that rises like a dark sentinel above the cobblestone streets. A Gothic architecture is softened with the touches of the sea. Intricate carvings of ships, waves, coiled dolphins adorn the doors and banisters, echoing the family's centuries-long dominion over shipping and fishing. Marbled floors glittering faintly under the flicking torchlight as high ceilings stretch above their shadows crawling along the walls like creeping tidewater. The family has long since arisen from their labor. Their grandfather built the fleet. Generations of inherited wealth and status, never needed to work again. Every detail of the mansion, nautical, tapestries, polished brass, compasses displayed on shelves, intricate models of ships speak of both prestige and a lingering sense of entitlement. You can feel the weight of the legacy pressing down on the room. Inside, the air is different from anything you know from the sea. Faint incense mingles with polished stone, a sharp contrast to the salt ting that clings to your skin from outside. The servants glide silently across the floor, careful and watchful, as though a single misstep could summon the wrath of the masters. Your arrival does not go unnoticed. The coastal elves' parents sit in the grand drawing room, their eyes sharp and calculating, drinking in every detail of your presence. You are bustled in through the main door. Both doors open. Servants immediately start gliding towards you. They start removing the cloaks of the two siblings. They handed them to them. They brush off snow and dirt from their fine clothing. Demetria, the youngest sister, goes, "Mother, father, look who we have brought for tonight's engagement." And she like almost pirouettes away as when Realmedito goes, "Yes, I think father would want to have a word with you." You look and see the father's dark eyes sweep over you, cool and measuring. His voice cuts through the hush. "Do remind me, Miss Seaheart, why we should not send a raven immediately for your parents."
Listen, okay, I know I've made mistakes, but I'm trying to do this on my own and not involve them.
I was concerned when your lord father didn't have you at the wedding. And he looks around. The servants are already on edge. "Dear, dismiss them, please." This tone is stern, condescending, and filled with expectation, a reminder that etiquette in his house is power. The mother, by contrast, a picture of performant concern. She moves towards you, her hands gliding over your sling as though smooth away pain and embarrassment. "Oh, my dear, sweet mermaid, come. Let me tend to your hand. You must eat. You must rest. We'll have you looking presentable for the gathering tonight." Her smile is warm but precise, every gesture carefully orchestrated to display affection without conceding some kind of control. In your haze, you let her lead you away, and her and several servants lead you along with Demetria up to what may be some kind of guest room. The room is elegant, many tapestries all over the walls. It's a 4-poster bed with like a large silk overlay of stars. The sheets are brought fresh and made in front of you. They sit you down in front of what would be maybe like a wash basin, and they begin to command the servants to boil you a bath. The mother goes, "Please, remove your dress is so lovely, but it is also," and as she notes, "burned, torn, covered in blood. We will have you with something presentable, please." What do you do about your dress?
You know what? I follow her. Like, I take it off.
You take it off? All right, so you strip.
Yeah.
Demetria is sitting on like the bed, like that's just been made, like eating some kind of apple. She doesn't really notice that you've been undressed. You're down to your undergarments. You're not like fully naked in front of them, but I don't know if you would feel any obligation to feel any kind of way.
No.
The servants are like messing with your hair, pulling off different kind of jewels that you might have come with to try to wash it. Are you worried about the stuff they're taking off of you?
No. Not really, because they're all like materialistic things. Nothing like significant that means a lot that would be taken off.
Yeah, it's just like trinkets, items, objects, and you can
Yeah,
see
nothing
clearly.
like of importance.
Yeah, clearly everything that they have in their house is also opulent. You're not worried about if they were to take it, they wouldn't replace it or
Yeah.
give you something in return. You are given time to bathe on your own. Your hands still unhealed. You're just kind of like washing yourself. There is a servant like behind you that is scrubbing your back. She is like quiet. She is also like a half elf, not a full elf and not a human. She is like lean. She has strong, sturdy hands that have like rough calluses on your skin, but she's like rubbing your skin with like soaps and oils and scrubbing you. You haven't had a full like proper someone give you a bath and since you left home.
Thank you. I haven't had somebody take care of me in a long time.
She goes, we must have you looking presentable, my lady. You must look not only beautiful, but rare. You are a rarity. And she like scrubs your skin even harder. You're like,
Rare?
After after she kind of like mentions that, she stops. She goes, my apologies. I should not have said anything. And she puts everything away and she goes, you must rinse now. Someone will be here momentarily for your hair. And she like steps out.
Okay, that was weird.
Someone comes in briefly. It is another half elf. They are wearing a similar garb to the other servant that just came in, and they have like a series of like bottles full of like lotions, potions, shampoos, whatever to specifically go at your hair. They've got several combs. She goes, my lady, how would you like it put up, put down, natural?
Down is fine.
She begins like straightening it and like pulling it out and like taking the like various kinds of like hair products and putting them in to straighten it out. She goes, oh, it's very long. Are you sure you want it all the way out? We could braid it very nicely for you.
No braids. Just all the way out.
Sure thing. And as you say, my lady. And I said, sure thing. That's not how she, as you say, my lady. And she like combs it out for you. And you're just kind of enjoying getting your hair combed. Finally, they present you with what would be like an evening gown, not something for the party, but it is basic. It is comfortable. It sits well on you relatively. Not made for you, maybe made for Demetria. And the servants bring you down back to what looks like to be the main foyer. And you can see the parents are having some kind of like tea in the drawing room again. And the room seems to pulse with tension. Shadows stretch across the marble floors, flickering gold and black as candlelight dances on the high walls. Despite the grandeur, there is a chill in the air, not from the cold stone, but from the palpable disdain hovering above every polished surface. You can almost taste it, bitter, sharp, like oversteeped tea. Here you are a guest and a curiosity. The cynical gaze of the father offers a chance for diplomacy or defiance, while the mother is doing great mix of comfort and patronizing, tugging at the edge of pride and vulnerability. Every word, every gesture is a test of your wit, your pose, and your ability to navigate where you call home. He goes, I was worried when your father mentioned your absence from your sister's wedding. He like sips some tea as you guys are all seated around each other.
Yeah, my father is a very vague man when it comes to family drama.
Drama, you say?
Why? No, not drama.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, one more with disadvantage. You have to take the lower of the two.
Yeah. Hold on. Frozen.
It's okay. No worries. I know you're having really big issues with Chrome. As long as we can see rolls, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Here we go.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. 14, 15. Not bad. Not bad. He goes, oh, not drama. He goes, yet here you are, a princess of the waves, marooned in the streets of Ravensdrop with a broken hand and no escort.
Well, I mean, maybe, yes, but that means nothing.
The father of the household, tall and imposing, his dark, sharp eyes with ambition, leans forward. Tell us, he says, voice smooth, but cold as marble floors beneath you. Why are you not in sea stone? How did you come in such a state without a chaperone, no less?
I wanted to learn responsibilities, and this was the only way to do it.
And when can we expect your parents to retrieve you?
That's a very good question. They're not.
They're not. His eyes flick over to his son, Ronaldito, who is like sitting close by you enough. He goes, You see him clears out. She had an accident. Maybe you should explain how your hand got to this, Nerissa. My father seems to have some questions.
Gee, thank you for reminding everybody about my hand. Well, you see, I met some adventurers. We did a job. Tried to steal something, and my hand got broken.
You see the mother go, good heavens, dear, what did you try to steal that you could not buy?
I really don't want to talk about it.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage. Actually, no, you're not lying. You're persuade. Give me a perception check with disadvantage. My apologies.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, give me a perception check. Or a persuasion check. Whoop!
Persuasion?
Right, one more.
Okay, hold
yeah,
on. Sorry.
One more.
That's
okay.
The wrong ones. There we go. This is the right one.
Oh, that's perception. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I did the wrong.
It's so close to. I mean, it's the same. Oh no, yours is.
They just hate me.
Okay. So.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, 9.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so you really don't want to talk about it. And as soon as you say that, the words like hang dead in the air as everyone just kind of like stares at you quietly. And like even Demetra, who's like party girling, who is definitely high right now, is like looking at you just like, what? You see Rolandito, he's like, he clears his throat. The mother just goes, like looks at you confused, and you just see like the sternest, like looking through you look from the father. He adjusts something in his, like, it takes out a monocle, like adjusts it. The younger sister leans in. Oh, don't worry, Nerissa. The winter solstice dinner will distract them tonight, and you shall be our guest at the annual winter solstice dinner for the moon. You may accompany Rolandito as his guest. There'll be dancing, dessert, and a revelry to warm the evening.
I wasn't really looking for a party. I was looking to get my hand healed. But I guess.
Oh, that's right. I'm sure someone at the party will be able to heal your hand. So many interesting people come to these events. You know how it is. She like touches your hand and touches the wrong one, and you go, ah. He's like, oh, my bad.
Okay. I mean, I guess one party wouldn't hurt. I came all the way into the city. Might as well.
Right? When was the last time you ate? You look deathly skinny. And you're like, wow, when was the last time I ate like a real meal? As you haven't eaten anything since you've come to this city, and that's been days.
That is true. You know what? You're right. Let's party.
Exactly. Let's party, girl. She goes, come with me. Let's leave these boorish people alone. Her words do little to soothe the underlying pressure in the room. Their father, your host, not your own father, continues to appraise you. His mind already calculated. You can see it moving as you get up and leave towards Demetria's room. The princess of an ocean lord, a sea stone princess, that could elevate his family's industry, strengthen his line. His gaze is heavy with expectation. You can feel it on the back of your head.
Is your father always this intense?
Oh, don't mind him. He just doesn't know how to lighten up like us. And she like pulls out another one of the blue vials from her her bosom and goes, "Do you want another dose?"
No. No.
You see
it's okay. You take all of it.
You can see her eyes like they dilate differently. They blink separately for a second. She's like, "Oh." You know, she's like, ah, yes. Woo! And she goes and sits in her room. She goes, come on, let's sit in my room for a little bit. Everyone else here is boring. She like yells downstairs and goes inside. Oh, she like throws herself on the bed. Nerissa, how do you do it?
How do I do what exactly?
How do you adventure? How do you live without a mattress for 2 days, girly? That's crazy.
I mean, at first it was kind of hard, but like honestly, I've seen the way that people live in the city and it's kind of sad, don't you think?
Sad? No, look at us. And she like points around the very opulent room. Her room is much more like earth tony and full of like plants. And she seems to surround herself with like positivity. There's like cute like taxidermy of animals. And then there is like soft things and soft pillows. And she like has many blankets and there's like little snacks of fruit and trays constantly around everywhere.
Well, I mean, this is very, very nice, but I mean, we ran over like 3 people back there,
No, we
and
didn't. They just didn't get out of the way.
you ever wonder, I don't know, why they live like this?
The poor people? Because they don't work for money. That's what Dad says. They say they're all poor and lazy and they don't want to get off their, they don't want to pull up their bootstraps like we did.
I don't know. I've met a couple of people that are kind of my friends now that, have been working really hard, still have nothing.
She goes, they have nothing because they are nothing. What are you talking about? Look, girl, let's take a bit of a nappy poo because your girl is rolling and we will get ready for the party together, okay?
I guess, sure.
Wonderful. She like takes a bunch of pillows, like grabs like 7 of them, makes like an unnecessary large like lump of pillows and just like jams her face straight in them. And you just hear her like making like weird noises like, whoa, woo. She's like quietly muffled by the pillow and she's like kicking her feet a little bit. She hasn't taken off her shoes, nothing. Like there's mud all over the sheets. She does not care. And you're just like, you like take a snack and eat it.
Like,
yeah,
okay.
like, okay. Do you want to take a short rest potentially?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. You like find what looks like to be like some kind of like fainting couch potentially. You lay on it, you like cradle your hand and you're like, you just fall asleep. You can't remember the last time you slept on a nice comfortable surface because it did take a while for you to ride to Ravensdrop, so the carriage ride wasn't comfortable by most standard means. You take a short rest and you can go ahead and roll a d6 and see how much HP you get for your short rest. So if you go to the
Here.
yeah, there should be a dice that lets you roll a d6.
Does it roll everyone to everyone?
Yeah, it should just say d6. Like if you just click the d6 section of the,
there we go.
Yeah, on the dice roller.
Right, well.
1. Okay, you lost 2. You got 1 back. Short nap, still got a broken hand. But after that elf like try to steal your dress, you feel a little bit better, I guess. Actually,
yeah.
You were awakened by servants. They descend on you like you're a careful bird. Your broken hand is unwrapped, inspected, rebound in silk and silver thread gauze meant to appear decorative rather than injured, like you're making a fashion statement. A seamstress murmurs apologies as she adjusts the gown carefully in the moonlight. Deep blue silk that shifts to green when it catches the light. Pearls are woven into your hair. Not modest pearls, large, lustrous, unmistakably ocean-born. Demetria circles you slowly. Oh, you must not look wounded. You must look wonderful.
Wonderful for what exactly?
We all must look wonderful. Don't I look wonderful? And you can see like she has gotten ready before you. She's in a different dress than she was when she was sleeping. And she goes, isn't this lovely? Don't I appear wonderful? Actually, give me the same thing she has, please. Yes, you. And she just points at that's the one that's doing your hand. She goes, stop doing your hand. And she like looks to you. She's still like kind of like setting it a little bit. And she just like stops and goes and starts wrapping Demetria's hand. You're like,
okay, Demetria, I guess. I mean, what kind of party do you have to look wonderful for?
Every party, honey. Don't you know? You know there is some like standard to look nice for these parties to show off your like family's assets and strengths, if you will. There's a sharp knock on the door.
We go see who it is. Open it up.
You open it. The servants we're like, oh, ma'am. And Demetria's like, she doesn't do what we do, does she? As you open the door, you can see Rolnadito adjusting cufflinks. He goes, I was just about to ask my sister where you might have gone. I was asking if you would allow me to chaperone you to the dance.
You chaperone me to the dance?
Yeah, chaperone, escort. My father says it would be prudent. We are your host. I am your age.
Your father. Right. Sure. You can escort me to the dance.
Oh, wonderful. Good. Excellent. Then stay close to me after we exit the carriage, and I will do my best to escort you around. And you hear Demetria go, she already knew you were gonna do it, nerd. And then she slips back, and he's like, anyway, I shall see you outside. Yes. We leave shortly, sister. Be ready. She goes, the servants will have me ready. She doesn't even pay attention. You close the door, you go back, the servants finish wrapping your hand, they continue dressing you, and you guys are led down to the stairs by the servants to where you see Ronaldito and his family also dressed to the nines. Sup, gangster? What is up? Easton Feathers, first time chatter. We out here playing. This is IdolGarden. Below me, we're playing her solo D&D session. The estate hosting the winter solstice dinner of the moon is not merely a mansion. It is a palace. Black wrought iron gates shaped like rearing stallions open into a sweeping drive lit by braziers of blue flame. Snow has been brushed aside in careful symmetry. Crystal lanterns hang from skeletal winter trees. Inside, the ceilings disappear in the shadow. Chandeliers drip with hundreds of candles. Masks of silver filigree, raven's feathers, and porcelain and lacquered wood adorn every face. As you step out of the carriage, you are given one of your own, one of complete white, wholly pure, pure opalescent. If it's just made out of pearls. It probably is just made of complete pearl. You see, Demetria has one similar, but hers has to be held so she can drop it and it's a half mass. It's a half one, so she's constantly holding it. Rollandito seems to have taken on more of one that looks like a dolphin, the same as his father, while his mother also has the same one as Demetria, where it's handheld, just a little thing, holds it, puts it over. Eastern feathers, goosebumps. Okay, inside the ceiling, I already get that one. Music spills from a string quartet on a balcony alcove. The scent of roasted pheasants, honeyed figs, mulled wine, and incense fill the air. And then, give me a perception check. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you feel it. Eyes everywhere staring at you. As you walk in on the arm of Roldanito and his family, you guys are immediately the center of attention as a crowning princess of the Seahearts has arrived. Unexpectedly, I would say to some, as people go, oh my goodness. Can't believe it. Do you hear that? You are immediately approached by someone else. You see a silver-haired, charming smile, human male, Lord Cassian Valemere. He is a human noble, as well as Lady Isolde Volamere. She's icy blonde, perfectly composed, surgical in her politeness. They walk up to you. Lady Isolde takes your good hand gently. My dear Nerissa, how radiant you've become. We were so distressed when we heard you were unwell. Lord Cassian glances at Ronaldito. And how did you manage to secure her escort tonight? Fortunate for you. Ronaldito goes, yes, my lord. Someone comes up from behind him, a much younger, handsome, even more calculating son, Alric Valemere. He bows low to you. I would be honored to relieve you of a dance later, princess.
Wow. that I was not expecting everybody to be here tonight.
You see his sister step out from behind, Lysandra Volomir, younger, observant, sharp-tongued. She steps up next to Demetria. Oh, I was so hoping you would hear. I didn't know you were bringing friends. Nerissa, so good to see you. She is two-faced. You do not like her at all. Everything that she says is just dripping with disdain.
Oh, you're here too.
Of course.
What a wonderful surprise.
Isn't it? And look how
such a
well dressed you are. She makes it a very point to like say well dressed.
I'm pretty sure I'm always well dressed. You look put together as well.
Thank you, thank you. My father did recently bring this in from the ocean front, and as she like flicks her dress, there's like a segment that opens up to reveal like half of the like a section of the leg split is just completely like covered in pearls. There is no like fabric anymore. It's just completely overlaid. So it makes like a very shiny like leg split that's covered by this spot. She goes, how extravagant, isn't it? And she looks at your dress again and you're like, it's not my dress.
Yeah, very extravagant. Your pearls almost look real this time.
Ooh, okay. Give me a, what are we going to call that? Give me a, that's sexy. That's what I thought. I try to make these characters fun. Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Your pearls almost look real this time. Ooh. Ooh. Can you get higher than a 23? I think that's good. You don't have to roll again if you don't want to. No, it's 23. As you say that with just like off the cup as you're looking at these pearls, she just like, she just kind of like stares at you like, drops the hem. Okay. She looks like she's about to say something as you hear like a very booming voice call out, the Seahearts have arrived. Some of you hear like the crowd getting pushed, and you see what looks to be Duke Marius Duskrin, heavy-set, booming voice, smells of brandy, big bushy beard covered in red. He's got like a big bulbous belly. He is not what I would call skinny, but he's not obese. He is the type of, I have a belly, I like to drink, but I also do maybe some kind of manual labor or had done manual labor in my past. So out of shape, not out of strength. And
a dad bod. Okay.
Yeah, a dad bod, yeah. Next to him is the Duchess Olaria Duskgreen. Lavish in jewels, smiles a little too wide. The Duchess leans in close. You must be careful who you align yourself with, dear. Some families overextend their fleets and hide behind its polish. She like looks back at the Lord Cassian Volomir, who just like takes his wife and his kids and goes, we will see you at the dinner, Nerissa, Seaheart. And he like walks away. You see the heavy-set man laugh. Oh, dear. He, like, grabs her by the shoulder a little bit. You see their son, who is the youngest of the two siblings. He is also, like, big, heavy-set. He's, like, as tall as his dad, not as wide, doughy-eyed, not as much of a chin. His father's beard is definitely putting a lot of work for him. He seems eager to impress you. He nearly trips over his bow, where he, like, bows really low, kind of like wobbles a little bit and stands up. When he stands up full height, he's significantly taller than you, but again, has that like very doughy eyed. He is a little bit younger than you. And he goes, I've always admired the Seastone's defensive architecture, a volcanic ring. Am I correct?
Yeah. Actually, Ronaldito, don't you want to go somewhere far away from here right now?
Give me a persuasion check, and let's see if Rolandito actually understands what you're trying to get him to do.
Come on, man.
Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what you roll. Rolandito goes, no, I believe we're supposed to mingle here until the beginning of the festivities, and then the dinner, and then the dance, and then the ceremony. And you're just like,
thank you.
Who does catch your tone is Maribel Duskgrin, the daughter, competitive and openly appraising you. She grabs you by the elbow and goes, come with me, my dear. Let us talk over here. Maribel watches your gown like she's memorizing it for later critique. She's just looking up. No, I will take you away from the family. Yeah, come join us, girls. As Maribel brings you over to sit with Lysandra, who was the one that you were openly criticizing, and Demetria. You guys seem to you guys have known each other for a while. There has been a clique of the younger girls that have been like together. You're all around the same age. It's like hanging out with your cousins, essentially.
Right.
And then as you guys are making your way towards like a different table to be seated, a tall, thin, hawk-like elven man approaches you. You recognize him as Lord Theodric Corvain. Standing beside him is Lady Mirelle Corvain. She is also very dark, very tall, quiet, and unsettlingly perceptive. Her large eyes seem to be like glancing all over you and everyone within the house. And their children, the Edric Corvain, he's reserved, and instead of smiling at you, he studies you, he watches you. He's tall, he's lean, he is handsome, he's quiet, and you've known of him. You've never really spoken to him because he just doesn't seem to speak at events. And then Seraphine is graceful and fun and dangerous. She has like a long raven hair that like goes past her bosom or her bottom. She like sits next to you and the rest of the girlies and goes, ugh, I was so excited to see that you came, Nerissa. It has been too long. The ocean is unpredictable. It must be difficult for a young princess to navigate the storms alone.
Yes. I was surprised to see that everybody was here at this soiree.
She looks at your hand and goes, oh my goodness, what happened to your patty? It sounds sympathetic. Give me an insight check. It's not. She is not sympathetic at all. Edric, the Overson, offers a small nod instead of a bow. He goes, I would enjoy hearing how you broke your hand. He says plainly. Saphir smiles, careful, brother. Not all injuries are accidents, are they? And she like looks at you, like deep in your eyes, expecting some kind of answer.
Actually, it's a really long story that I seem to keep explaining all day today.
Well,
I broke it, okay?
Everyone who's like is within earshot says, I broke it. And everyone just looks at you, goes, give me a deception check with disadvantage, because everyone is like scrutinizing you so hard.
Oh,
Okay.
no!
Oh, rough. And that's how the cookie crumbles, folks. You look, and as soon as you're like, I broke it, everyone immediately like you like stutter it out, you like sputter it out of like just kind of like frustration after like everyone asking about it, and everyone who's been like conversating with you or trying to within earshot hears that and is like, you just see everyone kind of like eye you carefully. And over the course of the evening, you have conversation. People ask you questions. People are always asking you, why are you here? Where's your family? Are they coming? Is there a possible alliance between you and the Seacoastal family? And everyone seems to come to the same conversation. Every conversation bends towards one thing: alliance, dowry, naval contracts, bloodline elevations. Mothers speak of security. Fathers speak of trade opportunity. Sons speak of admiration, while daughters measure you like a rival general. You're not being courted. You are being bid on. Even Ronaldo feels the tension. More than one lord asks him quietly, how long will she remain in your household? A temporary guest, maybe? Or something more permanent? His father watches from across the room, calculating all of your interactions. He does not seem to be standing near you.
I think I want to catch on to the fact that this is getting creepy, where everyone seems to be interested in me and not the party itself.
Yeah, the party seems to become, I don't want to say the party has become secondary. That's basically what it's come down to. The party is now secondary. Everyone in it is not really focused on what they should be focused on. There's supposed to be some kind of ceremony tonight. Everyone just seems to be trying to talk up the Seaheart. People come and go, and every time that you can hear if they didn't get like a good question to you, if they didn't feel like they glazed up your daddy enough, they go, they're like walking away, snapping their fingers like, damn it. You have gotten kind of tired of this, I would think, by this point. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to try to find some kind of like distance away from people? Try to like...
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Give me a stealth check. As you begin walking, you finally talk to Demetria, and you go, hey, I have to slip away for something personal. She goes, oh, don't worry. Everyone's just waiting for you to get you alone. I'll cause a scene. She looks over and goes, that man touched my ass. And then you just see like go ahead and with your immediate stealth check, you were able to duck out of the way as everyone immediately looks away because she like is in the stand of the room, like yelling at some random fat lord that he touched her derriere and is not taking any other answer. With that, you were able to sneak off. You find what looks like to be some kind of side room where there is nobody. There's no servants. You are finally alone. And at some point, you're just like, oh. And then you notice something. This mansion does not feel elven. It feels militant. Along the grand staircase are massive oil paintings of a human man, riding a black warhorse through smoke, leading cavalry into battle, standing in polished armor with a crimson banner behind him, shaking hands with kings, accepting medals. No ocean themes. No elven lineage. Only conquest. A brass plaque beneath one portrait reads, High Commander Armand Viril. You don't know anything of him, but he's clearly important.
I think I want to look around more.
Okay. You see most of the doors have been closed. Some of them are locked. You find what looks like to be a grand oak door that seems to be set apart from the others. And as you begin to walk towards it, you feel like a gloved hand cool and deliberately slip around your uninjured wrist. Okay. And you hear, do not turn quickly. A woman's verse murmurs beside you, low, refined, aged like old oak wine. She stands close enough that no one can wedge between you, yet subtle enough that it appears accidental. Her silver gown, not bright, but moon-washed, the fabric moves like water without reflecting light. Her mask is porcelain white, veined faintly in gold, shaped like a serene face of some forgotten sea goddess. Tiny black pearls etched along the edges. She's grandmother age, not frail, not fragile, composed, powerful, and utterly unfamiliar to you.
Who are you?
She says, child. Her hand like fingers like tighten around yours, firm, not cruel. She says, child, she says softly, you have grown into a very visible position. She tilts her mask towards you. Through the eye slits, you see it. Not calculation, not envy, but maybe something you haven't seen here at all. Worry. Genuine and deep. You must watch your manners tonight, she continues gently. Give nothing. Not favors, not promises, not smiles that linger too long. Her thumb presses against your palm. You are being measured, and they are not measuring all for marriage. The music crescends behind you, and then a group of nobles pass behind you. She leans closer. Look in the main office. Read up on your host for the evening. I would recommend you learn whose parties you attend. She reaches your hand and steps back into the crowd.
That was weird. I'm going to listen to what she told me to do.
Okay, so you're going to start looking around for some kind of drawing room. You begin opening doors, looking through them. Go ahead and give me an investigation check and stealth because you're still trying to like sneak around the house.
Okay. And stealth.
Rough. You're not very stealthy, but there seems to be dancing going on behind you. The music is swelling. The band is dun 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 dun, and you're like trying to tap your way to the beat, but for some reason their beat sucks. You're like, you're not able to get. They're like doing like maybe like a jig beat where it's like off. It's not like it's like a one ba ba instead of ba ba ba. So you're not able to like fully get on the rhythm. Also, maybe the drummer is not fully on rhythm. They could be drunk. Who knows? You make your way, maybe not as stealthy as you'd like to, throughout the house. You're unable to find what they were talking about as a drawing room. A lot of the doors seem to be locked. You try them, there's nothing. But finally, after what appears to be maybe like 10, 15 minutes of you searching this massive mansion, you find a door that's open. Okay.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. Always fancy. Always fancy. You think you're not going to come to the fancy part of town and do fancy things?
Yeah.
And not do fancy
It's
things?
true.
Give me a perception check of the room.
Dang.
The hallway behind the ballroom grows quieter. Music dulls behind. Oh, okay, Sluggy, I got you. I'll do it right now. All right, bet. Okay, so remember that tapestry you read about the High Commander Armin Viril?
Yes.
All right, so it's now High Commander Slugbert Viril.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Bet. Slugbert is in the game now.
He's the cult leader.
He's something. Slugbert. Oh, he didn't expect now. Portraits of cavalry officers line the walls. Crimson banners, battlefields frozen in oil and gold leaf. The door in the main office is unlocked. Inside, the air smells of ink and leather. The room is vast. A globe sits in the corner, not decorative, but scarred with tiny pinpricks marking territories. Several coastal regions are circled in faint red. On the desks are ledgers, heavy, bound in dark hide. What would you like to do?
Let's go to the desk.
You pass by the globe. You don't really give it a second thought. You like spin it with your fingers and it swirls, well oiled. And you go to the desk and you see these large books. You can see heavy ledgers with like no nomenclatures, no nothing. There's papers strewn across the desks.
Let's look through them.
Which one, the books or the papers? Rolls to sniff a book.
Let's look through the books.
Okay, give me a perception check, an investigation of the books to see how well you go through them.
Dang nabbit.
Okay, you have a hard time kind of piecing together most of it. Some things that you read are like pacification of the Plains tribe, 312 dispatched, removal of coastal settlement, land reestablished to House Duskren, indigenous resistance extinguished, territory deed transferred, northern river species culled, fishing rights sold, things of this nature. There are columns for costs, casualty, land value, buyers. It reads less like a ledger than more of like a business, more of a receipts than plans.
Okay. Can I read through the papers now?
You start looking through the papers. There's maps beneath the ledger showing red lines cutting through territories that were never his to never whoever is this person's to claim. You realize with make a slow tightening of your chest, your host did not inherit any of his wealth. He carved it.
Is there anything else to look at?
You can go and look at, there is like some, give me another perception check. Actually, you perceived the room when you walked in. Give me an investigation check on the room to see if you can learn anything more. See if you can learn anything more.
Oh, well.
Okay, yeah. You're trying to study the room and you're looking around, and as you're reading the notes, you're like, what? You start looking around. All the pictures start making less sense. Why are there just cavalry? It doesn't seem like he did anything with cavalry. He seems like he just carved up the coastal territories. And you start looking around. Pictures don't make sense. As you look at the map, you're like, wait a minute. The map is carved out like regions that your family is like controlling actively. And suddenly you feel it. The air changes. A subtle shift. You're no longer alone. A voice speaks from the shadows near the towering bookshelf. Back. Wait. Oh, I'm trying to click on the map and I'm doing it in my OBS. That's why it's not working. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you feel like a presence coming from this direction. As you turn, a voice speaks from the shadows. I did not think my life interesting enough to deserve study.
I turn, but I slowly step back.
You turn, and as you step back away from the desk and the globe, let me put your character on the board so we can all know what we're working with here. Beep boop bop boop. Beep bop boop boop boop. There you are. And then where is the big guy that I made for this? Beep bop boop borp. He begins to. He steps forward. He's tall. Old for a human, yes, but not diminished. Broad shoulders, straight posture, eyes like honed steel. He wears ceremonial armor of deep crimson, polished to a mirror sheen. Not decorative, filigree, functional plates. Sacred, scarred faintly from potential real battles. A sword rests on his hip. His silver hair at the his hair is silver at the temples. His gaze is surgical. And I did not certainly expect a spy tonight. He studies you up and down. There's no anger in expression, just pure curiosity.
A spy? I'm not a spy. Do I look like a spy?
Roll deception. Persuasion. You're not. You don't think you look like a spy.
Numbers, please.
Numbers, please. 13. He studies you openly. There's no expression, only curiosity and calculation. He walks slowly around the desk, boots quiet against the marble floor. I do not recall the family of Seaheart RSVPing for the party.
Well, I had no idea that there was a party or that this was your house.
His eyes flick briefly to your injured hand. I don't recall an invitation extended to unannounced princesses.
Well, I shouldn't be the one questioned here. You should be the one questioned here. What is all this stuff?
He stops just within conversation distance of you, close enough that you feel his presence, his weight. You walk through my home with the quiet steps of someone accustomed to power. A faint smile, yet you read my ledges as though shocked by it. What do you mean? He tilts his head slightly. Tell me, princess, does the ocean not claim territory? Do tides not erase villages? The study begins to feel smaller under his gaze. The door behind you seems far away.
We do claim territory, but we claim it the right way, not by stealing it.
And who claims territory that is not claimed? What right does your family have to any ocean beyond your claims? The ballroom from a distant laughter drifts like something from another world. His eyes narrow slightly. Or is it only a crime when a human does it? Silence hangs between you.
Yeah.
He is not drunk. He is not flustered. He seems testing you, as if sharpening his proverbial blade on yours.
I want to know what his plans are.
Ask him. How would you figure that out? Remember, you can't give up too much, and he's trying to get something from you.
Yeah.
You can feel it. You guys are essentially dueling. It's like every little poke, every little rapier, and he's got you at the extension. You're on the back foot.
Okay. I just happened to wander in here and just catch a couple of things. I wasn't even trying to be at this party. I just was invited.
And who invited you? He just kind of steps back a little bit, like changes his position.
It's not important, but I just got uncomfortable because it seemed like everybody was bidding on my head.
His eyes do not blink often. And you move through the house without escort, he says calmly. Through my ledges, through my history. He circles slowly, never raising his voice. Why are you in my house, princess?
I needed my hand fixed.
He looks at your hands. A pause. What do you know of those in attendance tonight? Of the families smiling at you downstairs, I'm sure.
They're of the rich, normally the people that we would see at my parents' house.
And more importantly, what do you plan to do tonight?
What do you mean?
His eyes sharpen. He steps closer. You do know what the main event is, don't you?
The main... Right, yeah. Of course, I know what the main event is.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage. As he steps close to you, too close for conversational distance, he leans in as his figure like matches your height. He is kind of like stooping low to meet eye to eye to you. Ooh. And he goes...
I hate it here.
Ooh. He studies your face, and then he laughs. Not cruel, just... He steps closer, voice softer. I see. You do not. He leans one armored shoulder casually against the desk. The dancing is floor pay, the dinner is theater. The marriage posturing is merely positioning. He gestures vaguely to the ballroom. When the solstice bell tolls at midnight, the true gathering begins. Masks stay on. Names disappear. Contracts are negotiated without ink. His eyes finally fully settle on you. Land is traded. Aggressions are sanctioned. Bloodlines decided. He's looking at your face.
So this is how you get all of your stuff, by these events?
You're not here for cake and music, princess, are you? There's like a small pause.
I just really wanted my hand fixed.
No, you are here because someone placed you on the board. You are now in play.
What do you mean somebody placed? I came here because I wanted to, not because anybody brought me here.
If you were sent here intentionally, he continues, then you are more dangerous than you appears. He stands at his full height, again, very close to you. You barely come up to his chest line as you realize just how large and imposing this man is.
I want to know more.
What do you mean? He goes, what do you mean? He's looking down at you.
I want to know exactly what kind of party this is. What kind of deals have to be made?
He studies you briefly. He like steps away, giving you more space. And if you were sent away, as he like starts to like put his hand on his chin, he seems to be thinking, not really necessarily thinking about what you said to him. He goes, then you are more vulnerable than you appear. He moves towards the door, but you have not answered my first question. He turns slightly. Why are you here?
I think I start like the hairs on my body start raising up, and I kind of put myself on guard a bit.
He like he still waits for your answer. He has not put his hand in the door. He just kind of is like back to the door, staring at you between you and the door now.
I just had a feeling to come in here.
And you felt it wasn't good to come into potentially a man's study in his house? You claim this accidental?
I never said that it was accidental. I just said that I had a feeling to come here.
A feeling. I don't believe in feelings amongst royalty. His tone remains measured. He doesn't raise his. He never emotional. And that's what makes it unsettling. You cannot read him. You cannot read his body language. You don't know where he's coming from. You don't know what. He keeps asking you the same questions over. And finally he goes, "Why are you here, princess?"
Well, truthfully, somebody told me that I should come in here.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage, because you know you're not lying now. You feel the righteous energy that someone told you to read up on this guy. And who would tell you to come in here? Someone telling you to seek refuge? Someone sending you to me, perhaps?
Truthfully, I have no idea. I've never met them before. It just, they told me something and I believed them.
He studies you for one final moment. Then, unexpectedly, he offers you his arm. A formal gesture. "Princess, I must apologize for my stern questioning." He slightly inclines his head. "It is not often someone of your status is found sulking in my study." His expression shifts, just barely, almost something more cordial. "We would not want rumors forming." He gestures towards the door.
I hesitantly follow along with him.
As he escorts you back towards the ballroom, his voice lowers enough that only you can hear. "When your father is finally ready to take the western waters," a deliberate pause, "and allow my ships to enter the unclaimed lands," his eyes flicker towards you, "tell him to call upon me." His tone cools as he fixes his armor and stands up straight and he goes, "I'll be ready." And the doors to the ballroom open. Music floods back in, masks turned towards you. And now you are not merely a princess wandering. You are walking arm in arm with the most dangerous man in the room. Eyes.
Yikes.
Eyes. All eyes appear on you guys are at the top of the staircase as this man is arm in arm with apparently the most exciting thing to happen in the dinner in a long time. All eyes meet you. You look around and see familiar masked faces. Demetria is trying to determine how fast she can drink a bottle of wine, while Ronaldito is looking at you, just gripping something in his hand, and he's just like white knuckled, just oh no. You can see his father looking at him going idiot. You see all the fames are oh, that's there's some weird faces, a lot of questioning going on there. Finally, he leads you down the stairs and the servants call for the banquet. Everyone begins to lead toward the dinner room. A large banquet table stretched nearly to the length of the ballroom, draped in deep blue velvet and silver runners embroidered with crescent moons. Crystal goblets, silver cutlery, roasted pheasant glazed in citruses, oysters on beds of crushed ice, candied figs dusted in powdered sugar, spiced wine steaming gently, and one chair set deliberately in the center of the high table. High Commander Slugbert motions for you to sit in that. Yours.
Okay, I cautiously sit down in that chair.
A murmur ripples through the room as nobles begin maneuvering like generals positioning troops. Lady Isolde Volomir approaches first. Surely the princess would prefer familiar company. Duke Duskrin scoffs loudly. My son has studied maritime defense. Far more practical a companion. Sephirin Corvain smiles thinly. The princess deserves stimulating conversation, not flattery. Voices overlaps, chairs scrape, hands gesture, maybe a little too sharply at you. You're not seated, you're negotiated over.
I think I get overwhelmed and I just scream for everybody to give me space.
You scream for everyone to give you space, and everyone give me a persuasion check with advantage, because this is unlike something in this particular instance. Okay, so with your persuasion 18, people start like step back at your like the sharpness of your voice as you're like clamoring for space, and people realize they've gotten too close to your chair. Finally, here, out of the way! A very heavy hand, thick with gold rings, shoves a young noble aside, hard enough to nearly topple him. A squat, broad-shouldered dwarf climbs into the vacated seat next to you without asking. His beard is braided with gold coins and gemstone clasps. Rings cover nearly every finger. The scent of smoke and expensive liquor follows him. He grins up at you. Lord Hemlock Shortcut, he says proudly. Mining Baron of the Eastern Ridges. He gestures dismissively at the others. These silk-racked peacocks would bore you to death. Be gone! Be gone! As his voice kind of like booms out, they kind of like all take seats. Ah, that's better, isn't it, princess?
I mean, thank you. I wasn't expecting anybody to actually listen.
You take note that no one actually did. You were a princess that gave like technically a royal decree, and no one in this room thought it was a good idea to listen. The people. You see. Oh my goodness. He as the dinner begins, he does not say anything, just merely smiles at you, enjoying the fact that he was able to push the crowd away from you. He passes you figs, he passes you pheasant, he passes you soup, he passes you salad. Every item of the meal has to go through him to come to you first. You guys talk briefly. He asks about the weather. He asks how your hand is, how it came to be. He asks how you're enjoying the party. And I would say the majority of the evening and the dinner go by relatively boring. And finally, he leans over. He lowers his voice. Now listen to me, princess. I'm a practical dwarf. He taps the table. I can give you ships plated in iron, jewels that outshine the moon itself, vaults so full you'd forget how to count gold. His grin splits his beard. And you wouldn't even have to share me bedchamber. Several nobles like choke on their wine.
What's the catch?
We'd wed for name, for title, for alliance, for that's all. You make me prince, I make you richer than any of them. He like waves his hand casually at everyone else here. Separate lovers if you like, no interest in Loveless or obligation.
I'm going to take what the lady earlier said into my head and decline.
He raises his goblet. Just think of it, princess. Think of it, princess of the deep and queen of stone. Your reach would be far. You see Ronaldito's knuckles. They're like white on the back of his chair. Go. I believe it is time for dancing now.
Okay. Well, I guess we're dancing now.
Yes, we are dancing now. You see the dwarf, he says nothing, but he looks away from the young man. The entire table listens and just waits for you to respond.
Okay, there's a lot of people I have to dance with. I guess I'm dancing with Ronaldito.
Okay. The dinner ends with applause and forced laughter. The musicians strike up a waltz. Yeah, like Lord of the Rings. Ronaldito finally claims you for the first dance. His hand rests carefully at your waist, awkwardly. Like imagine like middle school, like side to side, leaving a little room for Jesus kind of deal. He goes, you do not have to entertain them. He murmurs, you are not currency. But before he even completes like a full like lap, a hand taps his shoulder. Alaric Volmir, may I? You can see Ronaldito's jaw tighten. He goes, it is customary to allow the dance. It is your choice to allow it or not.
What the heck? I'll allow it. I know they're all trying to get me to do something, but I'll do it for the funsies.
he takes your hand and he spins you better than Ronaldito. He's significantly better a dancer. He doesn't do the awkward like shuffle. He has like an actual like movement to him almost. You're like, oh, here we go. He like pulls you up on your toes when you're not expecting it. And the dance continues with a new partner. Halfway through, another interruption. Tavrin Duskrin. Then Edric Corvain. Then a married lord who laughs too loud and lingers a little too long. Each man holds you a fraction too close. Each whispers promises, implies exclusivity. Each assumes inevitability. Ronaldito is forced back again and again, and like a tide pushing a ship. By the time the music falters, you're breathless. Not from exertion, but from scrutiny. All these people keep promising you the same thing. You're almost incredulous to it.
Can I find my way back to Ronaldito?
Yeah, I'm going to say you are dancing with some lavish lord who's a little too old to be still a bachelor and a little too old to be close to you. You're just like, all right, what are we doing now? You like tap him on the shoulder and give me a perception check to find Ronaldito. Ronaldito. With your perception, it's hard to see through the throng of crowd. And as you push away one suitor, another one comes up and like asks for their turn. They're like, "Oh, my lady, Princess Seaheart, I knew it would be my turn." You're like, "Yeah, move." After a brief second, you finally find Ronaldito. He's like sitting with his head in his hands, just like going like he hasn't even tried to like dance with you for the last like couple of songs. And you approach him. Turning away suitors. No, thank you. Ladies try to stop you to potentially like divert you to their sons. And you're like, oh, no, thank you. I'm thirsty. Yes, you move your way. Give me a persuasion check to try to get through the sea of people trying to push you to somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah. As you begin trying to make your way, you feel the Duchess of Duskrin get a firm grasp on your bad arm, but not hand. And she goes, "Trust me, that young man has nothing to offer you. His family, even less so. Look at my boy over there." And as she like points over to her very like chubby baby face boy, he's like standing in the corner, like fumbling with his shirt, like messing with it, just like. And she kind of goes, "Oh. They get better with age, my dear. I promise." She's like trying to like snap at him, trying to get his attention to stop doing that. And you're like, okay. Finally, you break away from her and you approach Ronaldito, and he's still like, just like.
Okay. Tapping him on the shoulder.
Oh, princess. He like adjusts himself, makes it look more casual. How long have you been standing there?
Long. Just wanted to come over and check on you.
Oh, yes. He fixes his collar and goes, he stands up. You can like maybe like move some tears. I'm good. I'm perfectly fine, princess. How are you? I can see you are very sought after tonight.
Very sought. I've got offered like 5 boats already, so you know.
Only 5? You know you're worth 7.
Yeah. You guys do know that I'm not next for the throne, right?
Yes. We know of your sister's marriage to your new prince to be king. So, you see him like fumble his word, and his sister just is like laying on multiple chairs, just like legs kicked up in the air. She's had a little too much of the drug that she's been passing to you guys. She goes, "He doesn't care. He just wants to be named a princeling like the rest of them. Isn't that right, brother?" And he's like, "What are you doing? Why are you like this?"
Thank you, Demetria. Okay, just an honest question. What do you think about the people in the village?
And you see Ronaldito and Demetria like look around like the city or like our home or your home.
All of them, especially the city.
You see Demetria go, oh, you cannot get any good things outside of Raven's Drop. Let me tell you. They have the best. And you see Ronaldito like stern look at her. She goes, party favors you'll ever find. Ronaldito goes, it is a city where reputations come to be made and broken. It is where the thrum of activity happens. This is, if you want to make money, this is where you make it. Or at least you make the connections to make it. The people, he like looks around. We know them. They're fine. Are you talking about the commoners or the people in this room?
No, not the people here. The people in the actual city. You know, the ones that are working day and night?
Oh, yeah. Who cares?
Right. Okay, that answers my question.
Oh, good. And as a final notes start to fade, the musicians stop playing entirely. The room goes silent, except for the murmur of people. Servants enter silently and begin removing the instruments. The room dims. And High Commander Slugbert Viril, I gotta change it now in my notes, steps forward. He no longer wears crimson armor. In his hands, he holds a taxidermed stag's head, massive, antlers wide and branching. Without a flourish, he lifts it and settles it over his head. A perfect fit. The antlers scrape faintly against like the chandeliers as he walks down the room. The room grows still. No laughter now. No posturing. The nobles move inward, forming a tight circle. One by one, they remove outer garments, coats, gloves, elaborate cloaks, until they stand pale underlayers, ritual vulnerability, ritual equality. No one speaks of it. They simply do it. Ronaldito's hand finds yours. He grips it firmly. He looks at you, eyes uncertain but resolute. He gestures subtly. He starts taking off his outer garments.
I hesitate for a while.
You even like look over and see Demetria just like just button the part of her dress open. She's still just laying on the chair, just like, oh, just high as a fucking kite.
So I see her, and I just say, "What the heck? I'll just do it too."
All right, so you strip out of the dress that was given to you, and you were given like relatively long underwear for this reason. It's like a slip almost, so like nothing's exposed, but you are not in as many layers for certain. Then finally, the humming begins. A low, vibrational, almost oceanic circle tightens. Servants leads a small white lamb into the center of the room. It bleats softly. Slugbert's voice carries through the stag mass, deep and resonant. To the moon, goddess of the tide, of the deep. The chant deepens. Of the deep. We call upon you for passage over the seas. The humming grows louder. Ooh, for fair winds, for dominion, for blessing over the world you have given us. The lamb trembles. Moon goddess, give us your judgment. And he like turns to the lamb and draws a knife.
What?
You see, like
is he about to slaughter it?
Grab Ronaldito's hand like grabs yours even more firmer, and it's just like looks at you as you look at him. You guys make like awkward eye contact. The blade flashes, the chant crescendos, the scent of iron fills the air. Nerissa, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Please be nice to me.
Never.
No.
Let me see if I have it saved. No, not here. Okay. All right. So, Nerissa, you got a natural 1 on your Constitution saving throw. All right. Something opens inside you. Not physical, primal, ancient, ocean deep. The humming distorts like sound underwater. Your heart begins to beat like thunder. The smell of blood is overwhelming. Your vision fractures. Your bones feel wrong. Too tight, too small, too human. Your injured hand burns like molten lava. You try to breathe and it feels like you're drowning. Give me another Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
All right. 16, you grab your broken hand, you try to hold it, and you like double over in pain. Your spine arches involuntarily. Your skin prickles as if something beneath it is shifting. Gasp ripple through the circle. Someone steps back. Ronaldito goes, the flaming falters. The stag head figure turns sharply to you. Your jaws ache. Your teeth feel pain. Roll another Constitution saving throw. $19. Your teeth feel longer. Your vision floods with silver light, and then darkness. Complete black, all encompassing. You feel like you are moving. You feel something in your chest, your heart beating. You can smell metal. You can smell ocean. You can smell fish. You can smell water. You can smell everything. You can smell the individual burnings of every incense in this in the palace. You can feel the cold marble against your skin, against your hands. You have dreams of tearing and ripping in flesh and blood. And then you feel cold. The cold you haven't felt in a long time. Not the cold of marble halls, not the cold of noble eyes. Real cold. Wet earth, salt wind, early morning mist. You wake up on your side in the grass beyond the walls of Raven's Drop. The sky is gray pale. The moon still lingers faintly, washed thin by dawn. Your dress, now torn to rags. Silk hangs and ribbons from your shoulders. Pearls are gone. Your feet are bare. Your body is streaked in dried blood across your arms, your collarbones, beneath your fingernails. Your broken hand, you flex it. No pain, no splint, no fracture, whole. The winds shift. You smell smoking drifting faintly from the city. And underneath of it, iron, blood. Memory does not come cleanly. It comes in flashes, antlers screaming, silver light, something inside of you tearing free and circle breaking. A name shouted, Ronaldito! You try to stand. Your legs tremble. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
It was good while it lasted.
It was good while it lasted. You fall to your knees, not from weakness, but from something echoing, vast, moving beneath your skin. You feel more at ease, more comfortable on all fours. For a moment, just a heartbeat. Your shadow stretches wrong in the early morning light. Longer, broader, horned. And then it snaps back to normal. The gates of Raven's Drop loom in the distance, closed, silent, and you are alone.
I'm still outside on the...
You're still outside of Raven's Drop now. So you are no longer at the estate. You don't know where you are exactly, but you know you are outside of Raven's Drop. Let's call it, give me a survival check.
Okay.
$11. You are probably on the southwestern side of Raven's Drop. You were close to the main gates of the city where you basically started this adventure. Yeah. You don't remember anything. You don't know what happened. You're just covered in blood.
Like after I passed out, but
Yep.
I remember like the party and everything.
You remember the party. You remember the ceremony. You remember feeling strange before blacking out, and then you blacked out. And now you're outside. Your clothes are ripped to shreds. You're covered in blood. You're barefoot, and you're alone.
Outside, back where I started before.
Mm-hmm.
Can I maybe go somewhere to get cleaned up and change clothes?
You have no idea where that would be. You're like, I should probably go back to the tent town. And you begin making your way to the tent town, and you can feel like a little bit of a limp in your step. Like, again, something in your bones doesn't quite feel right walking bipedally. And finally, after like a few steps, you feel like a crunch sound and one of your hips like realigns and you're like, oh, and then you start walking like normal again. As you reach what appears to be the tent town, you look over and see that like the guards are on edge. Everyone's asking a bunch of people a lot of questions. And that's where we're going to end your solo sesh. Okay, a little bit of a cliffhanger on that one. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. The party was a little wild.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to, I did preface that I was like, hey, this is going to be like potentially kind of shady.
Yeah. No, I definitely enjoyed it, and all the different like people and the dynamics. It was really cool.
And now we can officially put you to level 2 in D&D Beyond. You have finally unlocked.
You killed Chiefs. You did kill sheep.
You didn't kill sheep. It's too many weeks till next session. That's what I'm saying, JPS, dude.
I know.
For anyone that doesn't know, JPS Lindbergh, Double OZ, who were in here earlier, are also members of my EU version of the game. Yeah, and they were happy to watch yours. Guys, I'm going to try to keep throughout the week. We should have Sunday Oni-sama doing his solo adventure. We should also be having Nuffin Muffin potentially sometime this week. And then hopefully next week we have Lily's Bubbles and Noodles Kitchen. I have written up 5 unique stories, all very similar in scope and size to this. So hopefully we have some good stuff. It was fun. Slugbert, you're in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't
Creepy,
say,
but
yeah, you're a creep. No offense, bro, but like you said name and I said okay, but yeah, I want to thank you, Idol, for being here. Let's level you up.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, let's do a quick level up. So,
all right,
that's the EU campaign. That's not the right one. LOL, I'm terrible. There it is. Boom. Push his hair behind ear. Ooh woo. You're the first person to reach level 2 as well.
Woo, 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 woo.
You can rub it at everyone's face.
Suck
I
it.
was level 2.
Suck it.
Suck it, Nits. Okay, and then we chose the Muid Circle of the Moon. Yes. Yeah, so you got your wild shape and your circle forms. Cool. I will send you a list of animals and have like little like cutouts so that you can refer back to them in your character sheet under like notes. So it'll be like, you turn into this, you turn into this, you turn into this. So you don't have to be like, what can I turn into? And we have to go through the monster manual.
Okay, yeah, and I'll make sure to write them down and all that.
Oh yeah, if you want ones that are like favorites, that definitely, yeah. But I'll shoot you like a bigger list.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we got to do your spells. We got to choose your spells. Your spells. Yeah. Because you should get one more first level prepared spell. Yes. So let's look over the spell list. Beep, bop, boop. If you go down, so if you go to the character creator, if you go down to edit your class, click level 2, and then actually, wait a minute, hold on. Wait. I'll finalize that. Okay, there we go. And then we'll just do your spells. We'll just do your spells together. Manage spells. Spells.
Hold on, it's going slow again.
You're good. I just want to filter the first ones anyway.
Okay.
All right. Hello, Soup of the North. We literally just finished up our D&D sesh with IdolGarden here. She did fantastic. Okay, so we got a lot of options. Okay, let me just look up my legacy. There we go. All right. So here's some options that you don't have already for your level 1 spells. Animal Friendship, Charm Person, Create or Destroy Water, Detect Magic, Detect Poison and Disease, Fairy Fire, which is basically like you take like pixie dust, sprinkle it over a group of people, and then your friends get more attacks, get to attack them easier. Good Berry, because you already have Cloud Fog, which is like basically 1 HP in a berry, but it fills you for the day, like Elven Bread. Jump, which sounds easy, but it basically just like triples your jump radius. So basically, instead of jumping 6 feet, you jump like 20, 18, like up. Long Strider gives you more distance to your running. You get 10 feet until the end of your turn, but you can continuously do that. Purify Food and Drink, Speak to Animals, and Thunder Wave, which is a offensive push away people spell. Now you don't have to choose now. I just wanted to give you something to roll around with before we end. Just make sure to check your spells before we meet for next session in March.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any questions you want? Anything you want clarification on?
No, not right now. I'll come back and I'll actually, once I actually go through them and figure out which one I want to choose.
Absolutely. That sounds wonderful to me. I'm not streaming anymore. Are you going to be streaming for any more today?
No.
Do you want to do a double raid on somebody?
Let's do a double raid.
Double raid. Do you know I Care Bears?
Yes.
Do you want to go double raid I Care Bears?
Let's go double raid Care.
We're gonna go double raid Care. Hey. All right, hold on. Let me do a quick thing. Let me give a quick shout out to you, Idol, because you are obviously fantastic. You are awesome. Thank you for participating in the game. No, you're fantastic. No, you. Let me plug the YouTube, guys. I'm gonna be finishing this because we recorded it. I'm gonna be uploading to YouTube, maybe some editing. So go check that out if you want to find out what happened to her, if you didn't catch it next time. This is our Discord. This is where you can find out when we're doing the next D&D stream, so you can be a part of it. You can be named as an NPC, or you can give me the DM advantage to hurt your friends. You can do that. That can happen. I'm just gonna say that right now. Then this is actually I'll do the raid in Discord, the raid messages after we separate, and then so it doesn't just pop up on yours. And
I just ended the thingy so I can do mine.
Okay, bet. All right. But yeah,
that should work now.
I appreciate you, Idol,
Thanks for having me. It was really, really fun.
Did you have a good time? That's all I wanted.
I did. I had a great time.
Good.
I had a great time. I always have a good time.
Also, we have to do a collab for my 500 follower goal reached to 24-hour stream. So I'm going to be hitting up a lot of my fellow streamers to do a collab. Yeah. We should do something with like Lily or something, like play party animals and get wrecked.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we can play. Absolutely.
There really is. All
right.
Fun. I'm going to go right out to Cares, and then I have to go walk my Babu, the sweet, precious baby.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. We're going to go say hi. Later.
Bye.
Bye, Idol.